I wanted to ask you, do you have any thoughts on Nipsey Hussle?
Man, yeah. You broke the news to me. I hadn't been on Twitter that past hour, so I didn't miss the initial he'd been shot news. Yeah, uh, very sad, man. I wasn't the biggest Nipsey fan. I wasn't like super emotional the way I was when Mac Miller passed or anything, but he's always an artist that I think hip hop fans really respect because he's been around a long time and really embodied that modern day West Coast LA sound. I mean, Kendrick Lamar really respected him, and it's he was always a really thoughtful guy and really could really put into perspective considering the upbringing come up he really had. And I think if hopefully this puts a lot of people onto his music because I think that there's a lot of Nipsey music, but I think there's some good stuff in there. And again, it's like more lyrical West Coast gangster music than you expect on the surface of when you like think, oh, Nipsey Hussle looks like this. He's got gang ties. You judge him right away. But similar to like YG, he kind of has a little more under the hood once you really listen to him or watch an interview or something. So disappointing loss for sure. And yeah, I mean, you can see it online. Athletes, the whole industry, everyone is very disappointed. I mean, just this past year, the Grammys nominated Victory Lap, his album from last year, for Best Rap Album, and that was a huge look, but also really inspired choice. Nipsey Hussle doesn't have radio hits or anything, so it really showed the Grammys, getting it right in a sense. Even if I wasn't like the biggest champion of that album, it's still a really lyrical, respectable project. So definitely a tough loss, man. Unexpected, of course, like all this stuff is, but yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's definitely sad, especially, seeing the outpouring. It seems like his influence was incredibly positive, not only in terms of his collaboration and being an inspiration, I think, for a lot of people, but also delivering a message that I think a lot of people in hip hop, especially younger people in hip hop, hadn't heard at the time. A lot of like, you don't need to blow all your money on these things. Like, you can invest it, or you can try to right. Get skin in the game in other ways. So, it's it's definitely sad to see these sort of things happen. I got every time I break news to you, I feel like I'm just telling you that another rapper died, which is also like a super bummer. I think the last time I broke news to you was Max. So, just really disappointing to see another loss like this.
I'm trying to remember. Did you also text me when X died? I think you might have.
I think we were about to record. I think so.
Yeah,
I might have broken into you then.